I welcome you all to my 25th lecture on digital signal processing, that is UEC 502, for electronics and communication engineering students and electronics and computer engineering students. Today we will do IR filter design by bilinear transformation. The IR filter design by using the impulse invariance method and the approximation of derivatives have some severe limitations, and therefore these techniques are appropriate only for the low pass and a limited class of band pass filters. This we have done in the previous lectures. To overcome these limitations, we can use the bilinear transformation for a mapping from S plane to the Z plane. The bilinear transformation is a conformal mapping that transforms the j omega axis. Here it is capital omega, that is angular frequency in continuous time domain, the j omega axis into the unit circle in the Z plane only once. Thus, aliasing of the frequency components can be avoided. So actually we are transforming from S plane to Z plane. Furthermore, all points in the LHP, that is left hand portion of S plane, are mapped inside the unit circle in the Z plane, and all points in the RHP, right hand portion of S plane, are mapped into the corresponding points outside the unit circle in the Z plane. The bilinear transformation can be linked to the trapezoidal formula for the numerical integration. For more details, we consider an analog filter with following system function as, now we are considering an analog filter with system function HAS here. The HAS is equal to B by S plus A, and that is equal to YS by XS. Now YS is output, Laplace transform of output, and XS is Laplace transform of input in S domain. So mark it as equation A. Now its simplification leads to, now I am using this equation that gives rise to equation B, that is YSS plus AYS plus equal to BXS. By taking inverse Laplace transform, this system is characterized by the following differential equation. Now I will take inverse Laplace of equation B here. So I am taking its inverse Laplace transformation, and I am getting dy t by dt, that is SYS. When I will take its inverse Laplace transform, I will get dy t by dt plus AYT is equal to BXT. Here YT is output signal, XT is input, and mark it as equation C. Now here we will consider dy t by dt as y dash t. Now evaluate this differential equation at t is equal to nt, which results in y dash nt here is equal to a y nt plus b x nt. Mark it as equation t. Now here I am evaluating equation C at small t is equal to n capital T, that is sampling point. Now this y dash nt need to be calculated or need to be used. Now we need to integrate y dash t, that is dy t by dt, and approximate the integral by the trapezoidal formula as, now I will take its integration, then it will give me yt is equal to integration from t naught to t y dash tau d tau plus yt naught. Mark it as equation E. The approximation of integral in above equation by the trapezoidal formula at t is equal to n capital T and t naught is equal to n capital T minus t leads to yn capital T is equal to capital T by 2 bracket y dash nt plus y dash nt minus t plus ynt minus t. Mark it as equation G as shown. By equation D and equation G, it can be shown that, now look at the equation D. Now this is equation D. That is the y dash and t n capital T is minus a y n capital T plus b x n capital T. So substitute the value of D in G here. It can be shown that 1 plus a capital T by 2 into y n capital T minus bracket 1 minus a capital T by 2 into y n t minus t is equal to b capital T by 2 bracket x n t plus x n t minus t. So for mathematical simplification, I can write y n t as yn and same as for x n t as xn. So now I will rewrite this equation as j, and that is equal to 1 plus a capital T by 2 yn minus bracket 1 minus a capital T by 2 yn minus 1 plus b capital T by 2 bracket xn plus xn minus 1. Now this is equation j. Now I can have its Z transform. It is in the discrete time domain, and I can take its Z transform. Now the Z transform of above difference equation results in yn, we will get yz. For yn minus 1, there is one delay. I can get Z inverse yz like this. And similarly for the Z transform of xn minus 1, there is one delay. So it is Z inverse xz. So the equation K is 1 plus a capital T by 2 into yz minus 1 minus a capital T by 2 into Z inverse yz equal to b capital T by 2 bracket 1 plus Z inverse xz. Now this is equation K. It is just by taking Z transform of equation J. Now consequently dividing both sides by xz. Consequently, the system function of equivalent digital filter is hz is equal to yz by xz. So for that, for the calculation of xz, I will divide the equation k with xz, and that will give me 1 plus a capital T by 2 yz by xz minus 1 minus a capital T by 2 bracket z inverse yz by xz equal to b capital T by 2 into y plus z inverse. Now further simplification leads to xz is equal to yz by xz is equal to b capital T by 2 into 1 plus z inverse divided by 1 plus a capital T by 2 minus 1 minus a capital T by 2 z inverse. So this is equation L as shown on the screen. Now I will express it in a particular form like in equation M, that is hz is equal to b divided by 2 divided by t into 1 minus z inverse divided by 1 plus z inverse plus a. Now this is hz in the z domain, that is system function in z domain expressed in equation M. Now I will compare it with equation A. Let's move to equation A. That is the system function of an analog filter Hs, that is equal to B by S plus A. So comparing equation A with equation M, we can infer that the mapping from S plane to Z plane is possible if S is equal to 2 by capital T bracket 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse marked as equation 4. So it is just comparing HES with HZ. So after this comparison, we can clearly show that the mapping from S plane to Z plane is possible provided that S is equal to 2 by capital T bracket 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse. This is called the bilinear transformation. This is called the bilinear transformation. Although this derivation of bilinear transformation is performed for the first order differential equation, but it holds in general for an nth order differential equation. So this is true. Now let us investigate the characteristics of bilinear transformation. So for that, we need to substitute z is equal to r e raised to j small omega Here small omega is the angular frequency in discrete domain. And S is equal to sigma plus J capital omega, where capital omega is the angular frequency in continuous time domain. And we will substitute it in equation O, because that was used for mapping from S plane to Z plane. So we'll substitute the value of Z and S in equation O. Therefore, we can express equation O as S is equal to 2 by capital T bracket Z minus 1 over Z plus 1 is equal to 2 by capital T. And here I will substitute the value of Z, that is R e raised to power j omega minus 1 divided by R e raised to power j omega plus 1, is that is equal to 2 by T bracket R e raised to power j omega minus 1 divided by R e raised to power j omega plus 1 into, I will multiply it and divide it by R e raised to power minus j omega plus 1 and divided by R e raised to power minus j omega plus 1. And that will help me in expressing S as sigma plus j capital omega is equal to 2 by T bracket R square minus 1 divided by 1 plus R square plus 2R cos omega, small omega, plus J or iota 2R sin omega divided by 1 plus R square plus 2R cos omega. Mark it as equation P. So this is just simplification of this. I have multiplied it by R e raised to power minus j omega plus 1 and divided by R e raised to power minus j omega plus 1, and that gives me opportunity to express S in the complex form. And I will substitute the value of S here, and now I will compare real part with real part and imaginary part with the imaginary part in equation P. And that leads to sigma is equal to 2 by capital T bracket R square minus 1 divided by 1 plus R square plus 2R cos small omega. Mark it as equation Q. And capital omega from this imaginary part is equal to 2 by capital T bracket 2R sin omega divided by 1 plus R square plus 2R cos omega. Mark it as equation R. Now we note that if R is less than 1, now from this we will note that if R is less than 1, then sigma is less than 0. So left hand portion in S plane gets mapped into the inside of unit circle in Z plane. Now in second case, if R is greater than 1 here in equation Q, then sigma is found to be greater than 0. Therefore, right hand portion in S plane gets mapped into the outside of unit circle in Z plane. Now when R is equal to 1 here, then sigma will be equal to 0 in equation Q. Now when R is equal to 1, it is observed that capital omega is equal to 2 by capital T sin omega by 1 plus cos omega. That is 2 by capital T sin small omega by 1 plus cos small omega. That is using equation R. This equation I am substituting R is equal to 1. Now I will use this half angle formula, that is 2 by capital T bracket 2 sin omega by 2 cos omega by 2 divided by 2 cos square omega by 2, and that will lead to an expression capital omega is equal to 2 by capital T tan small omega by 2. That is equation number U. Equivalently, I can express it as capital T omega by 2 is equal to tan small omega by 2. And therefore, small omega, that is angular frequency in discrete domain, is equal to twice tan inverse capital T capital omega by 2. Here capital omega is angular frequency in continuous domain. Mark it as equation B. Now the entire range of omega, capital omega, that is discrete time continuous, that is continuous time angular frequency. The entire range of capital omega, that is angular frequency in continuous domain, is mapped only once into the range minus pi to pi. That is small omega lying between minus pi to pi. So from this formula, that is equation B or equation U, I can infer that the entire range of capital omega is mapped only once into the range where small omega is lying between minus pi to pi. We observe a frequency compression and frequency wrapping, as it is usually called, due to the nonlinearity of tangent inverse function or arctangent function. Thus, this mapping is highly nonlinear. So when I will using this formula equation u and v, if I plot maximum between the frequency variables small omega and capital omega due to the bilinear transformation, now it is at y-axis, it is small omega, and on the x-axis, it is capital omega, capital T. Now this is a highly non-linear mapping as shown in the graph. But the point is that the entire range of capital omega, that is continuous time angular frequency, is mapped only once. Look at this, only once into the range small omega lying between minus pi to pi. Okay, so this mapping is highly nonlinear, but it is one-to-one mapping. So its benefit is one-to-one mapping, but it is high at the cost of high level of nonlinearity. So this graph shows the mapping between the frequency variables small omega and capital omega due to bilinear transformation. Now it is quite interesting to note that the bilinear transformation maps the points s is equal to infinity into the point z is equal to minus 1. So this is very important. Consequently, the single pole low pass filter HAS is equal to B by S plus A, which has a 0 at S is equal to infinity, results in a digital filter that has a 0 at Z is equal to minus 1. Now we will do one example. That is, design a single pole low pass digital filter with a 3 dB bandwidth of 0.2 pi using the bilinear transformation applied to the analog filter HS is equal to omega C by S plus omega C. Mark it as equation X, where capital omega C is the 3 dB bandwidth of the analog filter. Now in this question, we are given the digital filter is specified to have its minus 3 dB gain at small omega C is equal to 0.2 pi. Small omega C is the cutoff frequency in the discrete domain, cutoff angular frequency in the discrete domain. In the frequency domain of analog filter, small omega C is equal to 0.2 pi corresponds to capital omega C. So using equation V, capital omega C is equal to 2 by capital T tan small omega C is equal to 0.2 pi divided by 2. And that will give me approximately 0.65 by capital T. Equation V, let's have a look at equation V. Now this is small omega is equal to 2 tan inverse T capital omega by 2, and U is capital omega is equal to 2 by T tan small omega by 2. So I'm using equation U. Now omega C is equal to 2 by capital T tan small omega C by 2, and that will give me capital omega C is equal to 0.65 by capital T. Now using equation X, I will substitute the value of capital omega C. HS is equal to 0.65 divided by T divided by S plus 0.65 divided by T. This is system function of analog filter. Now applying the bilinear transformation equation O to convert the analog filter into desired digital filter, we can show that HZ. Now have a look at equation number O. Now this is the mapping equation from S plane to the Z plane. So S is equal to 2 by capital T, 1 minus Z raised to 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus Z raised to 1 minus 1. So this is how you will convert HAS to HZ by substituting appropriate value of S. Now what I will do for desired digital filter HZ, I will substitute replace S with 2 by T 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse. So HZ is 0.65 divided by capital T divided by 2 by capital T into 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse plus 0.65 divided by T. Now this will lead to 0.65 bracket 1 plus Z inverse divided by 2.65 minus 1.35 Z inverse. Now further simplification will lead to 0.245 bracket 1 plus Z inverse divided by 1 minus 0.5094 Z inverse. Thus the frequency response of this digital filter is, for measuring the frequency response of this digital filter, we will evaluate Hz at Z is equal to e raised by j omega, that is putting r is equal to 1, that is on the unit circle. So that will lead to h e raised by j omega. So substituting z is equal to e raised by j omega will lead to 0.245 bracket 1 plus e raised by minus j omega divided by 1 minus 0.5094 e raised by minus j omega. Now this is the frequency response. This is the frequency response or system function. Now at omega is equal to 0, if I will substitute omega is equal to 0, the magnitude of h e raised by j omega is 1. So it is found to be okay. At omega is equal to 0, small omega is equal to 0.2 pi. The magnitude of h e raised by j omega will give 0.707. So the desired response of the digital filter is verified. So this is how we attempt the question. Now one more example. Convert the analog filter with system function HAS is equal to S plus 0.1 divided by S plus 0.1 square, the whole square plus 16 with resonant frequency capital omega R is equal to 4. This is analog filter. Into a digital IR filter by means of the bilinear transformation. The digital filter is to have a resonant frequency small omega R is equal to pi by 2. So HAS is the system function of analog filter and the resonant frequency is given to be capital omega R is equal to 4 in analog domain. We need to design an equivalent IR digital filter with resonant frequency small omega R is equal to pi by 2. So by using the concept of bilinear transformation, it can be shown that we know that capital omega is equal to 2 by t tan small omega by 2. So here capital omega R is equal to 2 by t tan small omega r by 2. Now capital omega R is given to be 4 and small omega r is given to be pi by 2. That will lead to 4 is equal to 2 by t tan pi by 4. So from this equation, I can clearly get capital T is equal to 1 by 2. So I will first calculate S. We know that S is equal to 2 by T bracket 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse by bilinear transformation. And now I will substitute the value of capital T here. That will give me S is equal to 4 Z minus 1 divided by Z plus 1 or equal to 4 bracket 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse. So the resulting digital filter has a system function that is Hz is equal to HAS measured at S is equal to 4 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse. So just replace S with this in HAS and we will get Hz. And therefore Hz is found to be 0.128 plus 0.006 Z inverse minus 0.122 Z raised to the minus 2 divided by 1 plus 0.0006 Z inverse plus 0.975 Z raised to the minus 2. Now that this digital filter with system function Hz has poles at P12. This is having two poles. Look at this. It is having two zeros and two poles. The resultant digital filter with system function Hz has poles at P12, that is two poles, P1 and P2 is equal to 0.98742 e raised to power plus minus j pi by 2. That is in the complex conjugate formation. And that is equal to first pole is at 0.987 e raised to j pi by 2 and other pole is at 0.987 e raised to minus j pi by 2. Now these are two poles and two zeros are, that is Z1 is equal to at minus 1 and Z2 at 0.95. So two zeros are there. And this is the final design of desired IR digital filter with two poles and two zeros which resonate at small omega r is equal to pi by 2. Now I will calculate its frequency response in MATLAB and show you the plot. Now this is the normalized magnitude on y-axis, and on x-axis it's the angular frequency in discrete domain omega varying from 0 to pi. And it is clear that the resonant at it, the gain is maximum, the normalized magnitude is maximum at omega r is equal to pi by 2. You can also do it in MATLAB. You can also view it in MATLAB. And this is the normalized magnitude in dB. Now, this is the last example which I have discussed about the IR filter designed by bilinear transformation method. And this is the best one among the 3 methods which we have discussed. And the impact of aliasing is not present here. This article is from Digital Signal Processing by John G. Prokes. And you can have a look at the book by Open and Schaeffer, that is Discrete Time Signal Processing for self-study. So that's all for today's lecture. Thanks for attending this session on DSP. See you in next lecture.